Hi there, it's Bruce Wallace from Dundee and Victoria Chess Club in Bonnie, Scotland, and do we have a game for you here tonight. This game was played in the Scottish National Chess League in Dunfermline on Sunday the 18th of November 2007, and it's between John Wilman as white, playing for Dundee A, he's rated 1665, against Robert Montgommery from Midlothian, who's rated 1775. And this is a comedy of errors by both sides, and it should hearten all those lower graded players who worry about their chess. Enjoy. Now this position was reached after 28 moves. Black has just played rook f to c6, and Black, according to Shredder, my assistant, is ahead here by almost a pawn. His heavy pieces are tripled on the c file, and his knight can go to d7 and then enter the squares f6 or e5, and he also has a pawn majority in the centre. So, although white is fairly solid, Black is ahead. White plays a4, and then Black plays knight d7, then rook e to d1. And we're going to have to avoid some variations here because of time, and it's important to reach the endgame, which is highly amusing. Then Black plays knight e5, then b4 challenging the rook, and then rook c2. A rook comes to the second rank, which usually spells danger. But white counters by playing rook takes d5, and now there's only a small advantage for Black. Black now plays a blunder, knight d3. Now I'll pause the video and see if you can see what white plays here. He plays the exchange sacrifice, rook takes d3, but it's only temporary because after the pawn takes, the bishop will be hitting the rook on c6, so e takes d. Now the best move here definitely is bishop takes c6. We won't show the variation, but basically white comes out ahead. However, amazingly, after e takes d3, white takes the pawn, and now basically we're almost dead level. Rook d6 attacking the queen, and then queen b3 check. Shredder says that Black should get his king onto g7 here, but he offers the queen exchange, and the queens come off. So white has still given up the exchange here, but in fact is ahead by almost half a pawn. And then a5. Now the real danger for Black is that white will get a pass pawn on the queen side, which is what actually happens. Rook d2, a rook comes to the second rank again, and then we have b5. These pawns are getting really dangerous now. Rook c to c2, we've now got doubled rooks on the second rank, and that usually spells danger. However, b6, a takes b, a takes b. Now white has a massive pass pawn on b6, and really Black has to exchange that. The only move here for Black really is rook b2, although this still gives an advantage for white, and then rook takes, and then b7, and that massive pass pawn will give white the advantage and make it really difficult for Black. However, after a takes b6, we have the amazing blunder from Black of rook takes f2, and this really just loses by force. Bishop d5 check, king f8 as he has to move, then b7. I mean, this pawn is a monster. Now Black plays rook b2. Now it's an easy win for white here, a straightforward win. Can you see it? Basically it's b8 queen check, and really the rook has got to take here. Rook takes rook, rook takes with check, and the king must move. If it goes to any square, say, goes to here, and then it's king takes rook, and white is just won. It's 2 pawns up, a crushing defeat. So we go back to position. Amazingly, this must be an optical illusion, white takes the pawn, allowing the exchange of rooks. Now Black is a pawn ahead. White goes to bishop f3, and we'll move quickly to the endgame here. King e7, h4, king d6, king f1, and you've got to remember white's king is stuck on the back rank here. King c7, and Black is actually a pawn up here, believe it or not. Bishop d5, h6, bishop d2, g2, rook takes. Now this is dead level. Bishop takes. If you actually go back there, what basically Black had to do after king f1 was in fact playing a move like king c5, because white's king can't really do anything. And now this is a 1.6 advantage for black. Black needs to move his king over to white's kingside pawns, and he'll snaffle them. As long as the rook guards the b pawn, that can be taken any time. Black just needs to be patient here. However, after bishop takes b7, king takes b7, this is a dead draw. Both kings will race to their pawns. So we've got king e2, king c6, king f3, king d5, king f4. Now here the obvious move is king e6, and it's a dead draw. Neither side can make progress. For example, g4, f takes g, king takes, h5 check, king g5, king f7, e4, king g7, king f4, king f6, and neither side is making progress here, and it's a dead draw. So for example, e5 check, king e6, king g5, king takes, king takes g6, king f4, king takes h5, king f5, and it's a draw. So that was a draw in all positions. However, after king f4, black pulls out the amazing, absolutely amazing move, king d6. Now, this allows white a nice little tactic here. Can you see it? Pause the video. h5. Now, this wins in all variations, an advantage of 12.18 according to Shredder. And it doesn't matter what black plays here. So, for example, g5 check, king takes the pawn, king e7, king g6, g4, king takes h6, and wins. Just crushing. Go back, king h5. What about king e6? Well, we can see the move here. H takes, say king goes to f6, and now winning move for white here. Pause the video. g7, and no matter what the black king does here, so if it takes the pawn, it's simply king takes, h5, king here, king f7, and black is gubbed here. So if we go back to h5, black played king e6, and then at this point offered a draw. And perhaps it was just justice here, after so many blunders on both sides. White accepted. And I think that was an absolutely amazing game. I think it's what chess is all about. Yes, you can have brilliancies, but chess is also about blunders, and it's also about mistakes. And in this sense, to have two players who are pretty strong play like this gives everybody hope for their chess. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you soon.